Hello once again. Welcome to another lesson. Today we are going to be talking about ourselves. Okay, we are discussing us. Yes, we are going to talk about self-awareness and then living peacefully with others. So, do you really know yourself? If yes, how do you know yourself? Many people know themselves through physical appearance, what they like, what they don't like, their strength, and then their weakness. It is good to be aware of yourself so that you can live peacefully with others. If you know your strength and your weakness, you will be able to relate with other people. An interpersonal relationship is the way by which people associate themselves with others in a particular community. How can one use his or her strength and weakness to promote this interpersonal relationship? Let's talk about our strength and then our weakness. So strength or ability is a natural way to do something successfully. It's the natural way to do something successfully. The question is, what can we do best? Anything that you can do best is your strength or your ability. You must work hard to improve on your strengths or abilities. For instance, if your pupil is good in English language, you must continue to read more to score higher marks. Examples of abilities and strengths are friendliness, kindness, confidence, courage, honesty, and then sharing. These are a few examples of people's strengths. Aspect of life where people are very strong, where they have the ability to overcome situations. There is also weakness, okay? So, and weakness refers to the things that make a person unsuccessful. The things that make a person unsuccessful. So, if you are weak in mathematics, you have to learn to improve upon it. Sometimes we may be good at some things and be bad at some other things. So the things that we are not very good at, those are our weakness. And the things that we are very, very good at, those are our strengths. So which subject do you perform badly in your school? What is making you perform poor in that subject? Is it laziness or what? Whatever is making you perform poor in that subject is your weakness. So example of some weakness are selfishness, shyness, laziness, lateness, and then lack of confidence. They contribute to being weak in a particular area. Okay. So what are some of the ways of initiating good interpersonal relationship? How do we initiate good interpersonal relationship? So it is good to make friends with others because nobody can live alone in a society. Can someone live without interacting with other people around them? Without good interpersonal relationship, it is going to be difficult to borrow pencils, and erasers from your friends in class. What are some of the ways that we can initiate good interpersonal relationship? Let us look at some of these ways. So one way of initiating good interpersonal relationship is smiling at people. Smiling at people. A smile is a facial expression which shows happiness and good pleasure. We can initiate interpersonal relationship by showing a good facial smile at people. When someone smiles at you, it shows that the person wants to say something to you. It can imply that the person wants to say hello to you. Do you know that if you frown, people will not come close to you? It is always good to put a smile on our faces, to put on smiles on our faces. The second thing is good communication. For example, exchanging of greetings. So another way we can initiate interpersonal relationship is by learning to communicate well with people. We should learn to exchange greetings with people. We can begin by just saying hi, supported with a smile. And we must not use negative words to communicate with other people. We must all learn to say thank you or sorry in our conversations. Good communication enables us to resolve differences, build trust, and respect one another. Intentions of making new friends. This is also a way we can initiate interpersonal relationship. So interpersonal relationship can be initiated when we try to make new friends. We can make new friends at church, school, conferences, parties, workplaces, tourist sites, sports stadia, inter-schools competition, a whole lot of places we can make new friends there. You can bring a challenging topic to be discussed. In the course of the discussion, one can easily make friends with people involved. But we need to be careful when we want to make new friends with others. We need to be very careful when we want to make friends with new people. Another thing is helping people. Another way of initiating interpersonal relationship is helping people. We need to cultivate the habit of helping others who truly need to be helped. Helping people enables us to establish good interpersonal relationship with them and also receive blessings from God. So we should not help people to do wrong things in society. For example, do not assist your friend to destroy school property. That is not a good way of making friends or initiating good interpersonal relationship, right? The other thing is being respectful. So respect for elders and authority is a value we cherish in our nation. When we become adults in future, we want the young people to show respect to us. It is in our own interest to respect and obey everybody, especially those in authority. Without respect, we cannot live together and enjoy the peace we all want. Showing appreciation can also be a way of initiating good interpersonal relationship. So if we show appreciation to people who have contributed greatly to society, it is a way of initiating good interpersonal relationship. The other thing is tolerance. Tolerance. If we want to establish good and effective interpersonal relationships, then we must know that it is impossible for all of us to think the same. Other people may express different views on certain issues. We must always respect the views of others. Always respect the views of others. When this occurs, we must not prevent other people from doing so by either shouting at them or using any other means to stop them. As long as we want our views to be considered, we must also try to consider other people's views as well. We must also allow people who do not share the same views with us to take part in other ways so that we can maintain peace and then unity. We must always learn to tolerate each other. We must always learn to tolerate each other. We can improve our abilities and then overcome our weakness. How do we do this? How do we improve our abilities and then overcome our weakness? So we said that every individual has some sort of unique abilities, okay? Every individual has some sort of unique abilities, and then these abilities can be improved upon. So how do we improve upon these abilities? The first way we can improve upon these abilities is through education. It is through education. So discovering and development of abilities or potential can be done through both formal and informal education. Education trains the mind and then it equips the mind with the needed skills that are required to develop our potential. So when you go through education, whether formal or informal, it trains your mind and it equips you with the needed skills that are required to develop your potential. The next thing is constant practice. Constant practice. The fact that you are good in something does not mean once you sleep and you wake up, do it any other time. You can sleep and then wake up any other time and go and do it. You need to keep on practicing. You need to keep on practicing. So constant practicing is what is going to help you to improve upon your abilities. So we can improve upon our abilities if we constantly practice towards what we want to achieve in life. For instance, if you want to become a good footballer, then you must start playing for a school team to polish your style of playing. Okay, that is the way you can improve upon your ability and be the best at what you do. So again, someone who wants to become a great artist or a graphic designer must learn creative art seriously. The person must learn how to draw figures from basic one. Constant practice can easily help you improve upon your abilities. Now, training. It is not only the classroom education that helps people to develop their abilities, but also practical training helps individuals to develop their identified potentials as well. Receiving training from an experienced person can help you to improve upon your abilities. The next thing is guidance and counseling. So one of the ways by which an individual can develop his abilities to his benefit and the benefit of the society is through counseling and then guidance. It is important to note that receiving moral and financial support from peers, teachers, parents, siblings, and others can help one to achieve his or her goals. A person may be unable to achieve his goals if people around him refuse to encourage him or her. Apart from moral encouragement, financial support can also help bring a person's ideas into reality. Okay, so having a vision. Vision is the ability to focus on future goals. Before one can achieve his or her vision, there must be self-awareness in what he or she does in life. Once a person's abilities are realized, it then becomes necessary for a step-by-step planning to achieve these goals. Mentoring is the sixth one. So mentoring is an act of copying someone you admire so much in life and attempting to be like that person. For example, if you have a mentor who is a pilot and you want to become like him, then you have to work hard in order to achieve your aim of becoming a pilot. Seventh point is, and the last is the self-determination. So before a person achieves his or her aims, he or she must be self-determined by working hard towards the aims. We should not allow friends to discourage us. We must rather stand firm until we achieve our aims. So assertive skills to express feelings about what disturbs and hurts us. So the following are ways in which we can use our assertive skills to express our feelings about what disturbs or hurts us. The first is using derogatory names. One of the things that disturbs people's feeling is the use of derogatory names or funny remarks. So derogatory names are names given to people to show that we have a respect or low opinion about them. There are some people in the society who are always teasing and laughing at other people, especially in public. But laughing at people and teasing them for no reason sometimes irritates them. And it is not everyone who can tolerate such from other people. We need to avoid giving such names to people and teasing or calling them names they do not like. You express your feelings by telling the person to stop that act. The second thing is asking people to do what they do not want to do. Another thing that can hurt people is telling them to do what they do not want to do. It hurts if your friends order you to do something that will later destroy your entire life. For instance, some friends may tell you to smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol with them. Do you know that drinking alcohol excessively can destroy your heart, brain, and liver? Smoking cigarettes and marijuana can also affect the body organs. So taking drugs can cause you to grow up as a drug addict. You should always remember that you are a child of God who must not smoke, drink, or abuse drugs. Do not allow yourself to be influenced by bad friends to do things that will destroy your future. The last thing is telling lies. So telling lies is to say something that is not true in a conscious effort to deceive someone. A liar is someone who tells lies about another person or thing. Have you ever lied to your teacher, your parents, or your friends before? Well, it's a bad thing to do. So it is bad to say what is not true about somebody. If you do not have anything to say about a particular issue, just shut up. Keep your mouth shut and leave the place. That is all. So we have come to the end of this lesson. I hope you have learned a few things which you are going to practice, and it will going to help you to achieve your aim in the future. Okay. So I will see you in the next lesson.